Good evening, Brian Thacker with Natural Self Yoga. I've had several of my students ask me to do a full-length practice, an hour-long practice of my Vinyasa flow class. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do that, but I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to teach anyone yoga at any time. I do this all the time, all day long. I can't really get enough of it. It's not so much about the poses, but it's about how it makes my body feel. You can't see the alignment of my spine. You can't see the openness of my hips. You can't feel the strength of my legs and my arms as I move through the day. But this is an opportunity for me to share with you what I do to give me this good feeling, this good physical feeling that yoga gives to me. So I do a power flow yoga class. All of my classes are different. They are based on what part of your body we're working on. But this will be an hour-long class. We'll see how it goes. It's just going to be me going through my regular routine of a practice. So, sitting up still with a tall spine, shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades down your back. You might need to elevate your seat if it's hard for you. But close your eyes and start with a seated meditation. Inhale, lifting up to the crown of your head. Close your eyes. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Let's start off with a good 5 minutes of seated meditation, at least 3 to 5 minutes. Your body's getting ready to do a lot of stuff. You're going to ask your body to do a lot of things. This is your time to separate the time that you practice yoga from the rest of your chaotic lives. And by chaos, I mean the times that external stimuli come at you, your family, your friends, your co-workers, TV, internet, all that other stuff. It's just, your yoga time is a time for yourself. To turn your focus to the inside. And with every breath is a new moment. You ask yourself, how am I doing? That's the only thing that's important. This is your time for yourself. As you breathe in, you fill up your lungs. You exhale, you ground down, rooting down. Relaxing your jaw. Clearing your mind, focusing on the inside. Taking an inventory, noticing your spine and your hips and your shoulders. Bring your awareness into what is happening this present moment. What happened yesterday is not important. What might happen tomorrow is not important. The only thing that's important is this breath and this moment. Trying to make the inhales the same length as the exhales. And that's important throughout the entire yoga practice. If you know Ujjayi breath, you can go ahead and begin to cultivate it right about now. The ocean sound of the breath when you close off the back of your throat. The breath going in and out of your lungs. Calm, steady, smooth breath will calm your mind. Letting go of any thoughts that are outside of this time and space. Okay, go ahead and blink your eyes open. Come to a standing position at the top of your mat. Normally speaking, if I'm in a class and people aren't as warm, I'll go through a little bit of warm-ups. But the Ashtanga program, it has a warm-up as the sun salutations is the warm-up. And it really builds the heat in the body. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So rooted down into the four corners of both feet. Shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades down your back. Standing up tall, noticing how you feel with an erect spine, belly to spine, tucking your tailbone, lifting your kneecaps, engaging your quadriceps. Just a nice deep breath in and out. Alright, inhale, lifting your arms up over your head, deep breath in, a little bit of a back bend, and exhale, release, forward fold, slight bend in your knees will help your low back, releasing everything. Inhale, lengthen halfway, coming onto your fingertips, and exhale, planting your hands, step or hop to the top of a push-up, and then coming down, knees, chest, and chin, all the way down for just this first time. We're still warming up. Inhale, lifting your chest, arching your back, looking up, keeping your hips on the ground. This first upward facing dog, or it's a cobra pose, actually. Your elbows are bent a little bit, you're looking up, you're lifting up, you're starting to open your back of your spine, noticing what's happening, and then exhale, tucking your toes, lifting up and back over your toes, downward facing dog, steady breath. In and out, 5 breaths. This is your first downward facing dog of the day. Maybe you can bend one knee, letting one heel straighten. Drop, bending the other knee, letting the other leg straighten, and the heel drops. This opens the entire back side of your body. Enjoy this, feel it as you breathe. In through your nose and out through your nose. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Alright, inhale, lifting your heels. Look forward between your hands, bend your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, lift it all the way up. Bring your arms up over your head. Take a deep breath in, a little bit of a back bend here. And then exhale, release, forward fold. Emptying out your lungs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, planting your hands, step or hop. This time coming all the way into chaturanga. Elbows bent. That's going to give you a shock absorber for your low back. Then inhale, straighten your arms. Tops of the feet, lifting your hips. Shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades down your back. Steady breath. Feeling your back bend. And exhale up and back. Over your toes. Downward facing dog. Notice the difference in this downward facing dog and the very first one. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose, working your heels down, lifting your hips up and back behind you, steady breath. Alright, inhale, lifting your heels, look forward between your hands, exhale, bend your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold, root to rise, lifting all the way up, arms up over your head. And let's do one more time, a little faster. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, planting your hands, step or hop into chaturanga. Elbows at the same height as your shoulders. Inhale, upward facing dog. Filling up your lungs, getting a nice deeper back bend down. And then exhale, up and back over your toes. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Deep, calming, cleansing breath. Alright, inhale, lifting your heels. Look forward between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, lifting all the way up, keeping your knees bent. If you have back issues, filling up your lungs at the top. And exhale, your hands into your heart center. Shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades down your back, noticing how you feel. What's different? Maybe your heart rate's elevated a little bit, maybe your breath is a little erratic, maybe nothing, maybe you need a little bit more. Don't worry, we're getting deeper into it as we go. We'll pick up the pace. Deep breaths. Now, sun salutations, feet, and build up more opening in the hip. Inhale, lifting your arms up over your head, a little back bend. Exhale, bend your knees, sinking down into a chair pose. Weight comes back into your heels, lifting your toes, spreading them, placing them down. Belly to spine, arms up next to your ears, lengthening. Deep breath in, exhale, forward fold, emptying it out. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, planting your hands, step or hop. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Now inhale, your right foot comes forward, plant it between your hands as you rise up into your crescent pose. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward, sinking down into your right hip a little bit more. Deep breath in, exhale, release. Hands frame your right foot, stepping back into your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Now inhale, your left foot comes forward, plant it between your hands, toes facing forward, knee directly over the ankle, pressing back through your back heel. You can bring your back knee down if you want to. Tucking your tailbone, lifting up and out of your low back, lengthening through your spine, steady breath. And then exhale, release. Hands frame your left foot, stepping back into your plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Taking 5 deep and steady breaths here. In through your nose and out through your nose. Calming everything down. Shoulders away from your ears, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Lifting your hips up and back behind you, working your heels down. Inhale, lifting your heels, look forward between your hands, bend your knees on your exhale. Step or hop, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, lifting all the way up, arms up over your head. And exhale, your hands in your heart center, shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades down your back. As you breathe, taking some deep breaths, noticing how you feel. Heart rate may be lifted a little bit. You're probably a little more loose, a little more open, more ready to go. Here we go again. Inhale, lifting your arms up over your head. Exhale, into chair pose. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, planting your hands into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your right foot right back behind you, 3-legged dog. Bending your knees, stacking your right hip on top of your left, opening your right hip up, pressing your chest back to your thigh, working your left heel down, left thigh towards the back of the room. Inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back behind you. Exhale, bring your foot forward, plant it between your hands, and rise up into your crescent pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend into your knee. Now we're going to build some strength in that right leg. Inhale, straighten the leg, rising up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You got 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now bring your left hand down to the ground, lifting your right hand up for your twist. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, and exhale, open your right shoulder up towards the sky for a twist. Deep breath in. And then the weight comes into your left hand, rolling to the outside of your left foot, stepping your right foot towards the back of the mat into your Vasisthasana, side plank, lifting your hips, working your core, dropping your head back, lengthening through your spine, lifting through both hands, steady breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. The more challenging it gets, the more important your breath is. Holding your breath or challenging your breath is not going to help anything. Steady breath, lifting your hips. You can always bring your left knee down, your right foot halfway forward. Building strength in the core is one of my favorite parts about yoga, apart from what it does for your spine. Now bring your right hand down, coming through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, up and back over your toes, downward facing dog. Now inhale your left leg straight back behind you in the 3-legged dog, working your right heel down, your right thigh towards the back of the room, bending your knees, stacking your left hip on top of your right. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, lengthen your left leg straight back behind you, and then exhale, bring Sorry about that. Technical issues here. But staying in your side plank, we know where we are. Steady breath, lifting the hips, dropping your head back, lengthening through the crown of your head. Looks like every 15 minutes I'm going to have to adjust for this particular one. We'll get better as we go. I'm going to do a lot of these free classes because I love doing this and I want you to be able to do it. And it should be free. But see an instructor for help with your personal practice. It's very important. Now your left hand comes down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale up and back over your toes. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Five breaths. Count them. Counting your breaths and take your mind off of anything else. Focusing on your breath is very important. Alright, inhale, lifting your heels. Look forward between your hands. Bend your knees. Step, hop or float. Forward fold. Inhale halfway. You like that float, didn't you? Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up and back into your chair pose. People out in California will come up into a handstand from there. They levitate. They call it flying. Inhale your hands into your heart center. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And exhale, twist your left elbow over your right knee. And I have a lot of respect for anybody that gets onto their mats, tries to find out what's going on the inside of their body. You can open your arms if you want to. You can come into side throw if you want to. That's going to help. You can straighten your legs. You can open your feet. It's all about the twist, though. Steady breath. Bring your feet back in. Coming back up into your twist. It helps to build up heat inside the body. Inhale back in the center, keeping into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Lengthen, and then exhale, twisting your right elbow over your left knee. This fire's getting pretty warm. Can't tell if it's me inside my body. Opening your arms. Maybe it's the side throw. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Whatever variation you're getting deeper into your twist is the most important thing. Just for fun. Inhale back in the center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hand, step or hop into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Now inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, bring your knee to your nose, give it a kiss. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, the knee to your right tricep. You can keep it there or lean forward for your arm balance. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, your knee to your left tricep. Again, you can lean forward if you'd like to. Steady breath as long as your breath supports it. Inhale, straight back. Then your right foot comes forward. Plant it between your hands. Rising up into your crescent pose. Every exhale, you're sinking down. Roll your back heel down. Turn your hips towards the side. Warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. Steady breath. Every exhale, you're sinking down deeper into your hip. In through your nose and out through your nose. Looking your right palm, lifting into your exalted warrior. Take a deep breath in. And come around to bind. And then straighten your right leg, keeping the length. As you extend forward, bringing your right hand down. If you have a little pop or a click in your hip, like I just did, you're welcome. I love it. It means that you're getting more alignment, you're getting more opening. Pressing your right thigh towards the back of the room. Like, no pain though. Do not do anything that hurts. The pop that I had was not painful at all. Steady breath, in and out. And then working on our core, bring the left arm over the left ear, lengthening through the left side body. You can stay there, or you can add your right hand, palms are together. Deep breath, lengthening. Inhale, lifting up, bending your knees. Bringing the hands down, framing your right foot, stepping back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Here we go, deep breath in and out. Inhale, lengthen your left leg, straight back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, bring your knee to your nose. Wiping your brow, inhale back. Exhale, your knee to your left tricep. You can hinge forward into your arm balance. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, your knee to your right tricep. You can hinge forward. Steady breath. Smile. Like you're having fun. Inhale, straight back. And then your right foot comes forward. Plant it between your hands. Rising into your crescent pose. Alright. I always have a towel handy. Roll your back heel down. Hips are facing the side. I recommend getting one of these chamois type of towels. You can get them at Target or Walmart. I got these from Guyam. They're really good. Much better than bath towels. You can get full length mat towels. This mat that I'm using here is a Lululemon V mat. It's pretty good. But still, if you start to sweat a lot, you're really going to want a towel over top of it. Inhale, lengthen through your left side ribs. Your right hand comes around, sticking down. Straightening your left knee. Extending forward until you can't extend forward anymore. Your left hand comes down, tucking your left hip under. Lifting your right hand. Nice deep hip opening. Triangle pose. Steady breath in and out. Deep breath, Ujjayi breath. Calming, cleansing. It's a moving meditation. Bring your right arm over your right ear, palm facing down, lengthening through your right side body. And then your left arm comes to meet. Palms are together, lengthening. Rolling your chest up towards the sky. Inhale, rising up. Bending into your knee. Sinking back into your warrior two. Settling in. Then bring the hands down. Framing the left foot, stepping back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back. Over your toes, downward facing dog. Steady breath. In and out. Alright, inhale, lifting your heels, look forward between your hands, bend your knees, step or hop. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Just hang. Taking some deep breaths in and out. Some people love to sweat. I recommend doing yoga next to a fire. If you want to heat your space up. Some people use space heaters. All of that's fine. I don't see any need in heating anything up or cooling anything down. Just be aware of what's happening in your body at any given time. Alright, bring the weight into your right foot. Hands to either side, lifting your left leg straight up and back behind you. Steady breath, standing splits. Alright, you want to focus on your shoulders underneath your hips. You can keep your hands to either side, or you can work towards a balance. Again, calm, steady breath here will save the day. Alright, lengthening. And then bending into your leg, lifting up into your crescent pose. The difference between crescent pose and warrior one is the back heel is lifted. You're still working your right knee towards parallel. Bringing the right hands to interlace at the small of your back, pressing your knuckles down, lifting your chest, lengthening your spine, and you keep the length as you hinge forward. Eventually you'll be able to keep equal weight in both feet. Your forehead will be down, and you're going to get deeper into your hip. Steady breath. In and out. inhale, lifting up. Bring your arms back to the heart center, lengthening through the crown of your head, twisting your left arm over your right knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. You can open your arms here if you'd like to. You're opening your right shoulder up. You can come to a bind, bringing the right hand to the small of your back. This is going to help to twist, twisting your chest up to the sky, working on your spine. And release, coming back to center, bringing your right leg, a nice hamstring stretch. Oh yeah, we haven't done the hamstring stretch yet in this practice. What is wrong with me, I don't know. But this one certainly feels real good. Lengthening, pressing your foot down. You can isometrically press your heels down, lifting your toes, pressing your fingers forward, pulling your right hip back, your left hip forward. Then bending into your right knee as you sink down into your lizard pose. You can come down to your elbows. If you have a block handy, you can come down, bring your elbows down to a block. You want to hug your right knee in towards your right side body as you sink down. Now, you can bring your right shoulder underneath. You can work towards the bind. It's a function of your hip, steady breath. If you'd like, you can bring your hands down underneath, extending that leg long for a nice cool arm balance here. Anything that you'd like. It's all just in fun, working on opening up your hip. Because hip opening is very critical for many different things. Now, lifting up. Bringing your left hand down, rolling to the outside of your left foot. Step your right foot towards the back of the mat. Side plank. Lifting up. More core. More core, more core, more core. Yay, core. Lengthening to the crown of your head. Steady breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. Few more breaths. And then your right hand comes down. You can vinyasa through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or downward facing dog. Steady breath, in and out. Working your heels down, noticing the opening of your body as you breathe. Inhale, lifting your heels, look forward between your hands, bend your knees. Step, hop, or float. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Now the weight comes into your left foot as your right foot gets light, lifting into your standing splits. Okay. Might be a little different on this side than the other side. Steady breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. These hour classes, we really have to kind of go on and get into them. Steady breath. Alright, it's great for strengthening your ankle. Now bend your knees, stepping back into your lunge. Rising up. Then bring the hands to interlace, opposite interlace this time, pressing your knuckles down, shoulder blades come together. Inhale, lengthen. Deep breath in, lengthen, and then hinging forward, humble warrior. Again, trying to get the hips open is the main objective here. Deep breath in and out. Okay, inhale, lifting back up. Deep breath in. Bring your hands into heart center, lengthen. Twisting your right elbow over your left knee. Belly to spine. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist. You can open your arms if you want to. You can come around for the bind if you want to. Steady breath, in and out. Noticing what's happening with each breath. Each breath is a new moment. Releasing, bring your hands to frame your left foot. Straightening your left leg into a nice hamstring stretch here. Gotta feel pretty good. You can always bring your back leg down. You can press your fingers forward, pulling your foot back, lifting your toes. Steady breath. Side of your left foot. Opening up your left hip. Your back knee can be down. You can come into your bind. Steady breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. You bring your hands down, coming into your Vinyasa. I didn't make it up. It's all sorts of fun. Steady breath. In and out. Alright. Once you're done in your lizard pose, you can bring your right hand down, stepping your left foot towards the back of the mat, side plank. Lifting your left hand, lengthening through your spine. Deep breath in and out. And then bring your left hand down. Vinyasa through. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Now it's time to give our legs a rest. So want to come down into forearm, otherwise known as dolphin pose, to work on building strength in our shoulders. From here, you can keep pressing your chest up and back. You can walk your toes forward, pressing up and back, walking them forward even more, getting your hips over your shoulders. And if you want some fun, you can work towards your pincha. Let's see if I can hit it today. There it is. Just take some deep breaths in and out. Working on building strength in the shoulders. Steady breath. Spreading your toes. All sorts of core. Deep breath. This is one of my favorite poses. Doesn't feel like your body should be able to do it, but it's nice letting your legs rest. If you need to come into child's pose here, this is fine. This is just so much fun. Alright, then we'll come down, press back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your heels, look forward between your hands, bend your knees, step or hop. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, lifting all the way up. Bring your arms up over your head, and your hands come down into your heart center. Shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades down your back. Notice how you feel. Alright, let's work on quad stretch here. Some standing balancing poses. We'll start with dancer's pose, or Rajasana. Bringing the weight into the left foot, the right elbow comes to the right side, palm facing out, knees touch. Inhale, lengthen the left arm high, deep breath in, lengthen through the left hand, kicking back, and this is opening up your back. This is a back. Steady breath. Straightening your left thigh towards the back of the room. Every exhale gets a little bit deeper. In and out. If you fall out, that's fine. Just feeling what's happening today. This breath. Kicking back into your hand, pulling into your foot, lengthening, and release. Knees touch. Pressing it down. Shaking out your left leg. Moving towards the other side. Rooting down. So the right foot making a pillar. Left elbow to the left side. Lifting the foot. Knees touch. Lengthening the right arm up. Kicking back. Opening up. Opening up the spine. Huge back bend. Oh yeah. Couple more breaths. And release. Bringing that foot down. Steady breath. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Now we're going to the other side. Rooting into the left foot. Lifting the right knee up and into your chest. You can stay here or bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Extending the right arm long back behind you. Bring your hand down to the outside of your foot. Getting deeper into the twist. Bring it back into center. Bring your knee in, switching hands. Your peace fingers around your big toe or staying at your knee, extending long. Deep, calming breaths. Your foot comes out to the side, tucking your hip under, steady breath. You can bring out your knee and spine. Foot back in the center, releasing the foot, hip height, pointing the toe, deep breaths. And release, bring the knee in, placing that down, shaking out your standing leg. As we prepare to move towards the other side, rooting down into the four corners of your right foot, lifting your left knee up and into your chest. Deep, steady, calming breaths. We'll start with a twist. Bring the right hand to the outside of your knee. The left hand goes back. And bring the hand to the outside of the foot. Or you can stay at your knee, or your twist. Inhale back into center. Bring your knee in. Your peace fingers around the left big toe, extending the leg long. Lengthening, steady breath. Focusing on a point that's not moving. Bring your knee or your foot up to the side. Tucking your hip under. Steady breath. Bring your foot back to the center. Releasing your foot, pointing your toe, hands on your hips, steady breath. Deep to the deepest part of your lungs. And release, bringing that foot down. Shaking out your standing leg, noticing how you feel. Bring your feet back wide, coming down into a yogic squat here. Bending into your knees, hands into your inside of the knees, elbows pressing into your knees, steady breath. Take some calming, cleansing breaths here. I'm always amazed at how I run out of time. There's so many poses that we haven't done here that I'll normally do in my class. Some people might think I'm going too fast through these poses. Some people might think I'm going too slow. I've taught at places and classes and students that I've had the equal criticism either side. I love it all. Hot, cold, fast, slow. All I need is my breath and my body. Savasana, sitting up. I consider myself like the Grateful Dead of yoga teachers. No two classes are going to be the same, just like they never played any two shows the same. It was always fun to see which song they play next. They always played the same songs. They had a list of 200 or 300 songs to choose from. I guess probably thousands of songs they had to choose from. But you never knew exactly which one they were going to play. So that was part of the excitement. Coming to my class, part of the excitement is figuring out exactly which sequence that I'm going to use, exactly which poses. Normally I'll ask if there are any requests. You would like to do something so that I don't miss it. And then I'll try to design the class around building into that particular pose. Alright, coming over your right hip, hands over your left. I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just so comfortable on my boat. This is my yacht. I got a yacht. You might have a canoe or a kayak. They're all cool too. Motorboats. But this is my yacht. This is where I live. Savasana. Builds up core strength. It helps you to do all these fancy poses without blinking an eye. Coming over to the left hip, hands come over to the right. Steady breath. I hope you're getting a little bit out of this. I'm enjoying it. We haven't done too many challenging things. Just the pinchamayurasana. But you could just stay in dolphin pose for that, or you can use that time to rest. It's fine. Steady breath. Inhale down. Exhale up. 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 How many is this? 100. Inhale down. Exhale up. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale up. Bend your knees. Rock back and forth on your spine. Lifting into a shoulder stand. Sorry, Terry Brown, we're not using support for a shoulder stand. My teacher is an Iyengar teacher, and we were never to come into shoulder stand without using props. And it's a good reason. You don't want to hurt your neck. So whatever you do when you're in shoulder stand, you bring your elbows together. It's a nice calming and relaxing. Sarvangasana, it's the queen of all asanas. But if you want to put some padding underneath your shoulders and let your head fall off, that's fine. Just try not to move your head to one side or the other, because you definitely have all of your weight coming down onto your neck, which is just a few bones there, a few small bones, and we don't want to have any problem with that. So my spine is not actually on the ground, and most of my weight is in my elbows and my forearms. Notice I have a nice relaxed jaw, relaxed neck. And I'm just taking deep breaths in here and calming everything down as much as possible after all that work. And then if you'd like to come into the cloud pose, you can. Halasana, releasing your support at the small of your back. If your toes touch, interlacing your fingers. And again, none of my spine is on the ground. My shoulders are together, my shoulder blades are together, and I'm breathing. And if you want to come into death man's pose, you can bend your knees, steady breath, and then your hands come around. Alright, and then slowly rolling down, upper back, middle back, and lower back. Try to come onto a yogic squat without using your hands. Deep breath in and out. In and out. Now, moving into crow pose. One of my favorites. Vinyasa, spreading your fingers wide, lifting your hips. Bring your knees to the outside, as high on your arms as possible. You look forward and lean forward, squeezing everything in. Maybe lift one foot. Maybe lift both feet. Nice steady breath. Trying to get 20.
Alright, now when you're ready, you can shoot your feet back. Vinyasa through. Upward facing dog. Oh yeah. And downward facing dog. Woo! Deep breath in and out. Now it's time for a headstand. If you need to come into child's pose at any time, please do. But headstand is another great pose. Sirsasana is the king of all asanas. How you set it up is you come down onto your knees, hanging onto your elbows, making sure that you can touch them because the elbows in is very critical here. Interlacing your fingers, tucking your pinky finger under. Bring the top of your head to the mat, and then tucking your toes. It's almost like dolphin pose. Steady breath. And then eventually, you'll be able to lift up until your body disappears. "25 breaths. Spreading your toes. Alright, that was 25 breaths. And slowly coming down. And then working your way into child's pose. For about 5 or 10 breaths, taking the weight off of your spine. Steady breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. Knees apart, toes together, every exhale sinking down. Couple more breaths in your child's pose here. Alright. Coming onto your belly for locust pose. We're going to build some strength in the back part of your core. So bring your chin or your forehead to the mat, arms by your side, palms facing up, heels and toes come together. Savasana, as you're ready. Inhale, lifting your feet and your head, lengthening through your spine, steady breath, lifting up, trying to get your thighs up as high off of the mat as you can. Deep, steady breaths. Doing good. Keep it up. And release. Once you wipe your leg, once you to the mat, taking some deep breaths in and out. Okay, chin or the forehead to the mat, heels and toes come together, arms by your side. Preparing with an exhale for a second locust pose. Inhale, lifting. Deep breath, shoulder blades come together. This is great for strengthening the back muscles that support your spine. It's going to help to keep from getting back problems, lifting up, lengthening. Steady breath, deep breath. Lifting a little higher, and release. Opposite cheek down, windshield wipe your legs. Steady breath. Now it's time for pigeon pose. So, I like to remember some of the teachers that I've had that I respect a lot, that I've learned a lot from with different things. So, one of my teachers brings the left knee up first. So, bring the left knee to the top left side of your mat. The left foot comes towards the right side of your mat. And then just squaring off your hips. Making sure that back leg is parallel with the side of your mat. You can bring one hand onto your knee, the other hand onto your foot. Inhale, lifting and lengthen. Make sure the left knee is towards the outside of your left hip. Lengthen, keeping the length as you hinge forward. This foot is your gas pedal. You bring it in towards your body. If you want less work, you bring it out so that the shin is parallel with the front of the mat if you want more work. But the main thing is just the hip. Sinking down into your left hip. Every exhale, steady breath. Calming your mind with each inhale and exhale. And you see what's happening. Inhale, lifting up if you like. Or you can stay there. You can bend into your right knee, reaching back with your right hand for your quad stretch. Again, we haven't really opened up the quads yet this practice, so it might be challenging for you if you can bring your foot into the crook of your arm. Maybe your left arm gets light. Lifting it up. Voila! Take my picture. So pretty. What it's doing is it's opening up your quad, it's opening up your shoulder and your back. And the main thing is not what it looks like. Look what it does. Steady breath. And you're just opening up your hip. The side is my challenging side. So we're all still working on different things. So you can work on that too if you like here. You can do that on the other side. And I will be able to do it on that side. Again, we're all just working on things. It's not about the poses. It's about the opening that you have in your body. Once your body gets open, then that pose is going to be easy. It's not that it's challenging for anyone once your body is prepared. All right, lifting up, shaking out your left leg. But I've got little issues in my low back, my middle spine. I tell everybody that. And that's the reason that I do yoga, because it's not as bad as it was when I first started many years ago. And eventually, maybe it'll work its way out. It's not going to work its way out with any other type of exercise or practice. It's only going to work its way out doing this. Doing this every day. And it still may not work out. Non-attachment is a huge thing in yoga. Okay? I'm not doing this to be able to do these particular poses. I'm not doing this to be popular or famous. I'm doing this to have better health. I'm doing this so that I can have more openness in that hip that's a little tight, this spine that's a little tight. It doesn't hurt. There's not a pain. I'm not going to go to a doctor and be cured. Okay? And if I stop doing this, what's going to happen is I'm going to start having tightness in these areas that I've opened up. So it's not like I can just do one pose and then I'm fixed. It's not like I'm going to do one practice and then I'm fixed. One teacher and then I'm fixed. One style and then I'm fixed and then I'm going to quit. You can't, you can quit, but then your quality of life will suffer. Your physical body. And that's the reason that I title myself Natural Self Yoga. Because I firmly believe that this practice of bending and stretching, doing these postures, helps to bring the body back to the way it was intended to operate. I'm not impressed when I see somebody do a pose. Not with the pose, not with their ability. I'm impressed with the dedication that they put into their practice to allow themselves to do this. Everybody is able to do every pose over time. Unless, barring injury, if you've had an injury, if you've had surgery, something like that, that will prevent you from doing it. But over time, all of these poses should be available in everyone's body. But that is not the goal. Reaching back for your quad stretch again. What are we doing here? What is this pose doing? It's working this hip, it's working the quadricep. Okay? And then when we reach back with the hand, we're opening our shoulder. And then we're getting a back bend here. Steady breath. And this is my good side. So eventually both sides will be the same. But it's just a process. It took me years to get this done. Years. If I stop doing it, I won't be able to do it. It doesn't make me a better person for doing it. But it does help to open up the spine. You cannot open up your spine any other way. Alright, lying on your back or your bridge pose. Taking some deep breaths in. Bring your soles of your feet down, just outer hip width distance, soles of the feet on the ground, knees facing straight up, arms by your side. Or if you want to bring your hands up next to your ear and do full wheel here in the beginning, you can go right ahead. If you want to warm up, just bring your hands down, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips. Shoulders come together, shoulder blades together. You can hang on to the outside of the mat. You can interlace your fingers, but you want to roll your shoulder blades under. There's not any part of my spine that's on the ground. My glutes are not engaged. They're just relaxed. And I'm rolling my hips down towards my heel. As I'm pressing into my feet and pulling my feet down towards me, lifting up, steady breath. Again, not turning my head one side or the other. I will let you know when you come down. You do not have to look at your computer screen and hurt your neck. You're still up. You're still breathing. Now come down. Upper back, middle back, and lower back. Windshield wipe your legs. Steady breath. Now we're going to do 2 more of these. You wonderful, lovely friends of mine out there working so hard, having all this fun. It's not even fair that we can have all this fun all by ourselves. Oh, yes. Knee, bringing the feet in, knees facing up. Now for full wheel. Bring your hands up next to your ears, elbows facing up. Inhale, pressing in your feet, lifting your hips, and then lifting up onto the top of your head. Readjust your hands, readjust your feet, pressing into your hands, lifting up into a nice back bend. Looking back down at your mat, you want to try to straighten your legs. Again, all these things I'm still working on. It's not like these poses are a done deal and I'm finished. Oh no, these poses are a process. All right, bring your shoulder blades together, steady breath. If you want to lift one leg, you can bring one foot down and root it out. Steady breath, lifting, bringing your right foot down, lifting the other leg, steady breath. And that foot comes down, deep breath. And then come down. Exhale, upper back, middle back, and lower back. I told you I'd tell you when to come down. Taking some deep breaths. Windshield wipe your leg. In through your nose and out through your nose. Y'all are doing great. This is my 5th class of the day. And I'm going to do several more after this. Gives me more energy. I don't understand it either. Alright. Now for this one, you can do any variation that you want to. Take a deep breath in. One of my teachers said on the last back bend when everybody was tired, if you can, you must. So, if you can, you must. Pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. Any variation, you can do a supported bridge if you want to, or you can go ahead and lift up. Shoulder blades come together, knees together, arching your back. Deep breath in and out. You can lift the hand, lift from the other hand. Oh yeah, there's so much stuff that I'm still working on and still doing. And then slowly coming down, upper back, middle back, and lower back. Windshield wipe your legs. Steady breath. Okay, believe it or not, that's about an hour. So, you can do anything you want to. Before Savasana, steady breath, in and out. You can do recline twist. You can do any other inversion that you'd like. I haven't done handstands yet this one, so I used to say a good day was where I did a headstand, pinchamayurasana, and a handstand. So let's do the trifecta. Why not? Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can or not. We'll just see. Everyone's an adventure. Whoa! Ta-da! That was on film, so y'all saw that. So, as you can see, now I'm scared. See, that's what happened. Let's try it a little. All right. Steady breath. Now just coming down into your Savasana, lying on your back, tucking your shoulders under, arms by your side, palms up, heels together, toes apart, and breathing. Reflect on the practice, noticing what's happening in your body, allowing your body time to absorb all the hard work that it's done. Just like a meditation, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Bring your awareness into your body as you breathe. Relaxing all the muscles, there's nothing more for you to do here. You know, as I reflect back on this particular practice, it strikes me how fast the time goes, how quickly I run out of time, and how many of the main basic poses that I didn't even get to. It's not about the poses. Even if you can do the pose, I've never understood the concept of mastering a pose. The poses are tools that help develop strength and flexibility in your body. And if you do them, you will have strength and flexibility in your body. Your body will operate properly. If you don't do them, you won't have the strength and flexibility. Your body won't operate properly. I consider yoga to be the Latin of all exercises. Meaning that if you want to do anything, any other sports, just like speaking any other language, you know Latin, you've got a foundation for any of the other stuff that you want to ask your body to do. If you do yoga and you want to do anything like running, riding a bike, you want to play sports, basketball, soccer, football, baseball, hockey, anything, yoga will help. Yoga will help prevent injuries. It will help to open up your muscles. You'll have lean muscles. You'll have strong muscles. Your joints will be more flexible, and they'll be less prone to break. But anyway, I really enjoyed this. There's a few kinks that I need to work out, but I'm looking forward to doing a whole series of these, and I'll be surprised if any two of them ever come out the same. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got a little bit of workout if you're an advanced practitioner, and if you're a beginning to an intermediate practitioner, hopefully you were able to modify a lot of the stuff. You probably weren't able to do headstands or pinchamayurasana, but you can still do the stuff leading up to those that will help to build the strength that you'll need to eventually do those. You know, it took me a year before I could do headstands. It took me a lot longer than that, headstands in the middle of the room. Now I did them at the wall. It took me a lot longer than that
to be able to do pinchamayurasana. But that one is so much fun. And I'm still working on some stuff with that. And then handstands, it's always an adventure. You saw what I just did. I fell. We fall. You know, when you take a still picture of someone in a handstand, you don't know how long they've been in a handstand. They've probably been in it for a while. If they're doing handstands, taking pictures of themselves. But that's not important. You know, it does all sorts of other things. It builds a lot of strength in your shoulders. It builds a lot of calmness in your mind because it's scary. It's always scary to go upside down. Your body wasn't really designed to do that. But it's very beneficial. So have a great time. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you at some point in person. I'll be teaching somewhere. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I don't know how long I've got, you know, good Lord willing. But I feel good now. Hopefully I'll continue to feel good, and hopefully you feel good, and hopefully you'll continue to feel good, and we'll be able to practice together and figure out a little bit more about ourselves together in these fireside chats. I don't know how much longer I'll be next to this heat. Feel the heat inside, but now my hair looks horrible. But anyway, it's not about image. Thanks a lot for joining me on this first practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of the evening, and namaste.